Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's market update. On this quick update, I'm going to talk about LTC based off a post that I put on Twitter just a little while ago. So I want to see if LTC would be a good day trade. So let's take a look at it. Let me I'll grab this one here. Let me grab this chart. Let me take a look at it. I had just looked at it on my phone. I hadn't really done any TA. Just a quick visualization on my phone. What I did is I looked at, basically this is what I looked at on my phone here on this price action. But now I'm able to dive in with some of my tools that I did not utilize when I gave my opinion on an entry point for LTC. And the reason I gave a $67, because I saw this $67. I saw this breakout of the 200 EMA. I didn't see a back test on it. Typically when we break out of a high time frame EMA, like a 200 EMA or 300 EMA, I like to see a back test. And the fact that we didn't do that here, and I kind of saw that it lined up with $67. That's why I kind of gave that entry price. But let's, now that we are in front of the computer with the tools, let's see if we could figure out if we can find a confluence with that price. Let's see, it lands at 67. I actually like this probably a little bit better. So 67.28. So I'm going to snap the line here at 67.28. Do my little gold line to represent an entry point. Now what I like to do is go through and see if I can find confluence. I like using the fib levels. I'm going to look at the overall move here. I would like to see a 0.382 for continuation. Would not like to see it drop below the 50% line. That usually means more of a consolidation than a continuation of this bullish move that Litecoin has had. So let's take a look at the overall structure on the 12-hour time frame here. Let's see if we can find some confluence here, and it may turn out that we don't find any confluence, and I don't like the idea. But for right now, there it is. Okay, that's good enough, close enough. We got close to the 382, a little bit below the 382, but I do like the confluence with the 120 EMA. I like the confluence with the a little bit below the 382, but still above the 0.50. I'm going to take a look at the 4-hour time frame, see if we can find some confluence there. Okay, there it is. Look at that. I like the 67.28 lines up very nicely with the 50 EMA and the 30 EMA. So a lot of support there on this. If we can get this pullback down here, this would be an area of interest for me to enter into this position. Now, as far as a stop, I probably will not. Let's see. Let me look and see where 67.51 lies. If I utilize this as an entry, yeah, I mean, in this type of environment, in this type of market, these trades are high risk. So I don't know if I want to risk 4%, to be honest with you guys. I'd rather find something a little bit less risky here. Right there, I would probably want to do something like that. So in this case, that would be my stop loss. And I'm going to use a different tool at the very end to mark the trade. But for right now, let me do this. Let me just make this red. And then once I find an entry, see where I would want to put my stop loss, find some confluence. Like I mentioned, I want to look at some other tools real quick here. I want to look at the MACD. MACD, I like it, though it's getting really separated, the cross indicator to the MACD. So typically, I like to see these kind of go up together, kind of the way you see here. When you start seeing that gap in separation, this is what you get. You get a little bit of a drawdown. So this drawdown might get me into my entry that I'm looking for. So there's some confluence there on the MACD. The RSI is oversold on the 4-hour time frame. On the hourly time frame, we've got some lower highs. You see the lower highs on the RSI and higher highs here. So there's a little bit of bull divergence on the 1 hour. Doesn't have a lot of influence, but nevertheless, there is some bull divergence there. We had this little double top that I talked about on the post, and we're also rolling over on the 1 hour time frame, which is good. This rollover here can get us into that entry position that I was casually talking about on Twitter. So far, so good. I like that. Now comes our target price. Where do I see this going if everything is met? The trade comes to me and my entry gets filled. Let's see. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame for some confluence as far as targets are concerned. What I would probably want to see, let's look at prior support. Let's go with that first. Let me clean it up a little bit by going on a little higher time frames. Give me a little bit more cleaner price action on the candles here. I like this here for prior support. So let's just green there. Let me just look for some make sure there's enough candles here respecting that area as support. I kind of like that. Now let me just look to the left a little bit and see if I can glean anything. Okay, good. It's a good area of resistance, prior support. Okay, we found that. I like that. I'm going to erase this here just to not have a lot of stuff on my chart. Now, another thing I want to look at is, let's see here. I want to look at, for this breakout, I want to look at maybe a harmonic, see if I can find some sort of harmonic confluence. Now, harmonic confluence in this stage is a little difficult because the price action hasn't happened yet. So we are assuming a lot, but I'm assuming that if we do come down and we do get filled, and I don't get, my stop loss doesn't trigger, and since this is going to be my entry right here on this line, do I have confluence on the harmonic pattern with my exit target being this green line? And what do you know? Look at that, very close to my target off of a harmonic pattern. And again, the harmonic pattern is it's an assumption that all of this lines up, I get filled, and we start going back up. This is all speculation. This is how we find trades, guys. This is how we analyze a trade. We look for confluence to the downside. We formulate a plan. We have an exit strategy in case we're wrong. But if things go well, we also want to have an exit strategy that is reasonable. We're not in a bull market. We're in a bear market. A lot of factors have to happen just to get picked up here. So you have to have a realistic target as well. Being that this is a day trade, I'm not going for a home run. I'm going for that, 4 to 6% if I can get it. So let's measure this. Actually, I haven't even measured what that would be. Wow, that's a pretty aggressive target, to be honest with you, as far as percentage wise in this market. But is it something out of the ordinary? What did this move just finish doing? This move did a nice 11%. Actually, let's even lower that a little bit. Let's just take these two green candles. What did this push? This pushed very close to what I am shooting for right now. So again, a little bit of confluence, a little bit of confirmation. Am I being unrealistic with this target? Looking at this here, no, I don't think I am. But again, the market has to all align very well for everything to match up. But I'm just trying to show an example of my mindset, what I'm looking for. And again, I have a exit strategy in case I get things wrong. So what I would like to do now is just basically put a long position, get my risk to reward. If this ends up playing out, let's see, what is my risk to reward on this here? There's my exit right there. Okay, I like that. 7.1 risk to reward. I like it. I think it's a good trade. I said if I were to take it, I wasn't even planning to take it. As many of you know, especially people from my Discord group, I don't really play alt other than Bitcoin and Ethereum in this market condition. I don't play too many of them. And I wasn't planning on playing this, but you know what? Now I am. Now I'm going to take this trade. Now that I went through the steps of doing the analysis, I'm going to throw some money at it, see how it plays out. If I get it wrong, I'm only losing 1.4%, but if I get it right, I'm going to get close to 10%, close to 10% ROI. So I think it's worth it. Throw a couple of bucks, see how it plays out. Obviously, everything has to align also with Bitcoin. As long as Bitcoin is in this sideways channel and there's enough momentum in Litecoin to get us there, great. If Bitcoin dumps out, obviously, guys, everything gets invalidated. Everything else gets dumped out. So let's take a look. If you guys want to follow me on this trade, great. If you don't, why don't you paper trade it? It'll be fun to just go through the exercise, see how I came up with these entries, targets, stop losses, and see how it plays out. I'm going to post this on Twitter as well, and we'll update it. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm going to update it just, again, for the exercise and see how things turn out. Everyone have a good day.